Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you, and I'm going to be showing you here how to set up your binds and configuration files so that you can practice CSGO. This includes practicing your nade throws, looking for wallbang spots, practicing jumps, position, spray control, anything of that nature. In the description of this video, I have the contents of the configuration file I use when setting up a local server so that I can practice or record footage for a video. I'll go through and explain what some of the commands do, as well as some additional commands that you might find useful. First, and you should have already done this, but I have to say it, make sure your developer console is enabled. It's in Options, Game Settings, Enable Developer Console. Set it to Yes. When you hit the tilde key, the squiggly squiggle below Escape and next to 1 on your keyboard, you'll open up a text-based console where you can enter commands. Learn how to use this. Next, we'll start a local server. A quick way to do this is just to type map DE-2 into the console, but it will put you into the game mode of the most recent game mode played, or casual as a default. We want competitive, and we don't want any bots in there. So we go to Play, Offline with Bots, Competitive, the map you want to practice on, select No Bots, and go, go, go. Once the map is loaded, you can easily change to any other map you want by using the map command in console. Now you have your own personal playground to try out anything that you would like. You can type all of your commands into the console, or you can put them into a separate configuration file to run. To create a configuration file, create a new file using a text editor. I use Notepad++, but Notepad will do just fine. You write out the commands that you want to execute with a return carriage in between them. That's pressing enter on the keyboard, and save it using the file extension .cfg. That means when you want to save the file, name it whatever you want, followed by .cfg. Place this file into the CSGO/CFG folder where you have CSGO installed. It should already exist and have a bunch of config files already there. Don't touch these. Don't do it. Don't mess with existing config files. Just save your file here and be done with it. Now you can run that file from the developer console. Just type the command exec, which stands for execute, then the name of the file. This will save you time retyping the commands that you need to set up your local server. The commands that I use are in the description. Let's go over these and see why they are useful. SVCheats 1. This allows you to use the SVCheats command, such as noclip or God mode, which you enable by typing God. To enable noclip, use the command noclip. This is the command that allows you to fly around. You can go through walls, you can go anywhere that you want. I use it to get to areas quicker to save time. I also have it bound to a key, so that I don't have to type it over and over again. So how do we bind a key to do something? Go into your developer console and type bind, the key that you want to bind it to, then the command. So I bound noclip to V. I would type bind V noclip. If you want to see what a key is bound to, just type bind, then the key. So if I want to check if V is bound to noclip, I'd type bind V. If it is, it'll say noclip. Some values are a toggle between 0 and 1. Simply using bind won't do the trick. For example, if you want to bind voice enable so that when you press a key, voice communication turns off or on, you need to use a bind toggle. This is really easy. It's the same process except you type bind toggle instead of bind. I bound voice enable to P, so I would type bind toggle P voice enable. We're learning! Okay, let's continue the learning. MP max money 50,000. This just sets like the maximum amount of money that you can have. MP start money 50,000. This is the amount of money you start with at the start of every round. MP freeze time 1. The amount of time you have to sit there in the buy zone before you can move. I set it to 1 to save time at the start of every round. MP round time diffuse 20. This command sets how long the round is in minutes. So this makes each round 20 minutes long. You can set this higher if you want to take more time to practice something. MP buy anywhere 1. This command allows you to buy anywhere, not just in the buy zone. Look how self-explanatory this stuff is. You can read it and know what it does. I recommend going through all the commands, looking at them and thinking, hey, I know what that would do, and then try it out and see if it works, and find some commands you'd find useful. MP buy time 1000. This command extends how long you can buy for. I just threw in a big number there, so I didn't have to worry about it. SV infinite ammo 1. Never have to reload. It prevents your ammo counter from counting down when you shoot. This is incredibly useful for nades. It gives you infinite nades and saves you a bunch of time. MP warm up end. Get rid of the nested warm-up and start the game. Once in game, I type MP restart game 1 to start a new round so I get my new money. There are some other commands that are fairly useful. You can put these into your config if you want to put them on all the time, but I just like to toggle them on and off when I need to use them. SV show impacts 1. This will show you where your shots land, as well as where you impact the hitbox of an enemy. It is very useful for figuring out wall bangs, spray control, and especially for practicing shooting an enemy. You can see where your shots go. You can also enable this command while watching demos, so enable it while watching yourself play to learn where you really shoot, not where you think you're shooting. SV grenade trajectory 1. This will show you the nade trails that you see when X-ray is on in a demo. You can see exactly where your nade throws are going, where they bounce, where your flashes go off in the air. It is incredibly useful when learning throws as well as crafting new throws. Happy learning, folks! I recommend everybody watching this to, as an exercise, create your bind configuration file, your own personal one. You can use mine as a template. Create your local server and use it to practice the nuke outside smokes that I showed in my most recent quick tips video. You'll see how this speeds up the process so much. Thanks for watching. I'm about to blow your mind! Just kidding, I'm TheWarOwl and I still have no closer.